across the state. This is where the Dawgs play.
Man, is there going to be some property destroyed tonight.
I want us to go out and execute, do the things we got to do, play to our standard, and go play fast.
Dawgs on top.
15-0. The Dawgs have done it and won a second consecutive national title.
A battle of unbeatens.
Every time we play these guys, they're physical. Kentucky, Georgia is just a physical football game, but they brand their football behind that, and so do we.
Dawgs trying to drive down for a go-ahead score. We're knotted at 20. Clock approaching 3 minutes to go. Edwards in the backfield now with Beck. They snap it back. Carson throws. There's Bowers open at the 26. Breaks away at the 20 to the 10. Angles to the pylon. Touchdown. Brock Bowers.
Georgia, Kentucky, live from Sanford Stadium. This is Georgia football.
From Dooley Field at Sanford Stadium, let's get it on.
On the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network, welcome to play-by-play coverage of Georgia football. Bulldogs football is brought to you by Zaxby's, the official ice of the Georgia Bulldogs. Pruitt Health, family makes us stronger. Hoffman Financial Group, helping build your financial dynasty. Dos Equis, a proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics. Get a dose. Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. And by Southeast Mortgage, the official home loan lender of the Georgia Bulldogs. Now to the Piedmont Healthcare broadcast booth. Alongside former All-American Eric Zier, here's the voice of the Bulldogs, Scott Howard.
Welcome back to Sanford Stadium. We're going to have the coin toss coming up here momentarily. Number one, Georgia, 5-0, 2-0 in the SEC against a 20th ranked Kentucky team, 5-0, also 2-0. Georgia, winners of 22 in a row, 22 straight at home, as a matter of fact, 32 straight regular season games, 21 SEC regular season games in a row, 15 straight against the SEC.
Want the football, Greg Carson.
All right, man. Kentucky won the toss. They would defer to the second half, so the Dawgs get the ball first. And the word in the locker room coming out, fellas, was we got to be who we are. Everybody's talked about all this kind of stuff about who we are not. Let's show them who we are today and be the most physical team from start to finish.
All right, Shock, give it to me, man. Come on, give it to me. You left me hanging. Let's get popping.
Let's get it cracking.
Okay. You went a different route. All right, we'll take it. The coin toss brought to you by Georgia's own credit union, banking on purpose. The kickoff is just over 1 minute away, so it's time to tee it up between the hedges. The opening kick powered by Georgia Power. Doesn't matter where in the Peach State you're cheering on the Dogs. Georgia Power is energizing your community. Visit georgiapower.com/community to learn more. And before we kick it, let's pause for station identification here on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Opening up the nice hole and Dogs rolling.
First and second down, Georgia. Second down and a little more than 3 to go. We shift Bowers to the right side. He's a wing there. Snap it back to Beck. Play fake. Carson sets up with time. Throws. He's got Marcus Rosemy over the shoulder catch at the 18. And he's going to angle in to the end zone, I think. Touchdown. Yeah, he got there right inside the left pylon.
Boy, what a ball by Carson Beck. Kentucky actually had that defended pretty well. Looked like Kentucky was trying to bring some pressure. Got out of that pressure, but Marcus, deep crossing route, and Carson Beck just feathered that football right over a couple of white jerseys.
Just floated it in there perfectly, as you said, Z, in full stride. Hit him crossing the middle of the field at the 18, and he just angled his way right inside the left pylon for the score with 2 Wildcats chasing after him. Dogs on the board first. That touchdown brought to you by Engineered Solutions of Georgia, proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs. And we're waiting on the extra point. I think the officials are waiting to get the all clear from the replay booth, and now they will do so. Our referee is Kyle Olson tonight, and he clears the way for Peyton Woodring to try the point after. Dogs go 75 yards on their opening drive. Try to make it 7-0. Here's the snap, the hold, the kick. It's good, and it is 7-0. Dogs lead first 11:26 to go, first quarter. Georgia 7, Kentucky nothing. Our first half presented by attorney Ken Nugent. Injured? You know who to call. There's only one call. 1-800-CALL-KEN. Back in a moment on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. D'Eric Jackson, the linebacker, stayed with Edwards that time. He tried to shake him with a fake, but couldn't quite get rid of him. But to the 15 he goes. Another 10-yard gain for the Dogs and another Georgia first down as they make their first appearance inside the Massey Ferguson red zone. Kendall Milton now checks into the ball game at running back for Georgia. Two receivers to the right. Dogs moving down the field again on the Cats' 15-yard line. Milton shifts from left to right behind Beck, the quarterback. Snap it back, throw it for the left corner. Rah, up high, and no, out of bounds right on the pylon. Front left corner. He caught the ball, but didn't come down with the feet inbounds. And he's out of bounds, incomplete. It was oh so close. Hairston was in coverage for Kentucky's defense.
Boy, what an effort there. That football thrown exactly where you have to throw it. Rah goes up high and high points that ball. Not able to get his feet in bounds, but what an effort.
Second down 10 for Georgia. 4:25 to go first quarter. Georgia 7, Kentucky nothing. And now wait a minute. They want to take a look at that one.
An incomplete pass is under video review.
We just took a look at the replay. That's going to be a touchdown. His one foot came down in bounds. The other one hit out of bounds just after it.
Is that left foot on the chalk, though, when he comes down? That's the foot they're looking at as we look at the replay here in the booth. The left foot.
His foot looks in.
Comes down.
Inside the chalk. Did he have control of the football? It looks like he did.
There's a lot to look at there, and they're going to review it. The play is under review. It's brought to you by Pruitt Health, where family makes us stronger. Proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs. So they've got to look at the ball in his hands and his feet on the turf, and did he hit the chalk at all right inside the front left pylon? One foot landed out of bounds, but it came down after the other foot may have landed in bounds. And we're going to take a timeout? Is that what you're telling me? All right. They were going to take a break. Let's hang on before we jump into a break before they do. They're in the break? All right. We'll take the break with them. We'll tell you about the review on the other side. Our first half presented by attorney Ken Nugent. Only one call to make. One call. That's all. 1-800-CALL-KEN. 7-0 Dogs. We're in a review. Back in a moment. Bulldogs Sports Network. Well, during the timeout, they told us, Kyle Olson, the referee, told us during the review, it is a touchdown. They overruled the call. Ra Thomas gets credit for the 15-yard touchdown reception, and now Georgia is trying the point after to go up 2 scores here in the first quarter. Woodring's kick is up and good. Ra's touchdown brought to you by Engineered Solutions of Georgia, proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs, as we welcome you back inside the Piedmont Healthcare radio booth. And the Dogs have scored on their first 2 possessions here of the ball game. So starting fast has not been a problem tonight. Georgia goes 82 yards in 7 plays in 3 minutes and 41 seconds. Beck's second TD throw tonight to Ra Thomas for 15 yards. His first touchdown catch this season for the former Mississippi State Bulldog. Zirkle to kick it away this time. He doesn't hang it high and pooch it. He sends it into the end zone. They bobble the kick. Now chasing after it, trying to get on it and take a knee, and they belt him over the back line of the end zone. They're going to call a touchback. That was the most physical touchback I think I've ever seen, as it was Anthony Brown-Stevens.
Rolling on the field is a touchback.
He misplayed the ball trying to field it about 2 yards deep in the end zone. It bounced away to his left towards the goalpost, and he went chasing after it as the Dogs' kick return coverage team was bearing down on him. And he finally got to the ball right on the back line of the end zone, and Georgia just clobbered him right back there. And Georgia on the doorstep again down in the east end zone at the Kentucky 5-yard line, trying to go up 3 touchdowns here early in the second quarter.
Boy, just a stop route on the outside to McConkey. Gets the Kentucky defender to turn his back. That ball thrown before Ladd ever got out of his break.
Edwards in the backfield with Beck. Ra to the left and McConkey to the right. Play fake. Dump it over in the end zone. Touchdown, Delp! The other tight end. A little play fake to ride the back, and then Beck just reared up and lobbed it right over the line of scrimmage, and Oscar Delp was wide open 7 yards deep under the goal post. Touchdown, Georgia.
Boy, great ball fake there by Carson Beck. Brought up all the Kentucky linebackers. Oscar Delp just slipped out from his tight end position, and not a soul was there.
That Georgia touchdown brought to you by Engineered Solutions of Georgia, proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs. 5-yard touchdown throw, second touchdown catch of the year for Oscar Delp. And here's Peyton Woodring, the freshman from Louisiana, to try the point after to make it 21-0. Snap is back, the hold is good, the kick is good right into the east end zone. 21-0 Dawgs with 11:03 to go in quarter number 2. Our first half tonight presented by attorney Ken Nugent. Injured in a wreck, there's only one call, that's all. 1-800-CALL-KEN. Back after this timeout. Georgia 21, Kentucky nothing on the Bulldogs Sports Network. Everett and Allen on the stop for Georgia. We were trying to get the ball out of his hands. I'd rather see us get him on the turf. Goal to go for the Kentucky Wildcats on our 4. That was a 10-yard pickup by Davis. He's the lone setback. Stretch fake handoff. Leary rolls right, throws it towards the back corner of the end zone, and caught for a touchdown with Malachi Starks in what looked to be perfect coverage, but somehow Leary got the ball in there to the tight end Caddis in the back right corner for a Kentucky touchdown.
Boy, Malachi Starks just lost a step there, and then Kentucky had Davis in the flat, then the corner route back on top of it. Well-executed drive helped by a couple of penalties that I would say were questionable.
Yeah, the roughing the passer, and then the whatever they call it.
Delay a game.
Illegal calling of the offensive signals or something like that. Point after try by Kentucky is going to be good. And the Cats on the board for the first time. It's 21-7 now. Georgia with 6:44 to go in quarter number 2. Our first half tonight presented by attorney Ken Nugent. Injured in a wreck, there's only one call, that's all. 1-800-CALL-KEN. We'll come back to Sanford Stadium in Athens, Georgia, right after this timeout on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. So 36 yards from the 26. Near hash, kicking right. Woodring's attempt is up and good. 36-yard field goal makes it 24-7 Georgia. And with that good kick, the good hands at Allstate will contribute to the Georgia Bulldogs General Scholarship Fund. Thank you, Allstate. Timeout with 5:15 to go, second quarter. Our first half presented by attorney Ken Nugent. Injured, you know who to call. There's only one call, 1-800-CALL-KEN. Georgia 24, Kentucky 7. Back after this on the Bulldogs Sports Network. Milton to Beck's left. Carson in the shotgun, brings a man in motion, rah-rah to the right. The snap is low. Beck picks it up, hands it to Milton, and he gets into the end zone anyway. That low snap skimmed the top of the grass. Beck fielded it like a shortstop, handed it to Milton, and he did the rest. 5-yard touchdown run.
Boy, great job right there by Tate Ratledge. Xavier Truss as well, just clearing out white jerseys. And really nice play by Carson Beck. That was not a good snap, but he was able to somehow field it and then somehow get it to his back.
Snap back, placement, kick is up, kick is away, watch it. It's good! It's good, 42-yarder, that's as long this season. And with that good kick, the good hands at Allstate will contribute to the Georgia Bulldogs General Scholarship Fund. Thank you, Allstate. New score in Athens, 34-7. The Dogs go 38 yards in 3 plays in 23 seconds and get a 42-yard field goal from the freshman Peyton Woodring. That's your Georgia Metals drive summary. From a doghouse to a dog's house, Georgia Metals has got you covered. What a half by the Dogs. Number 1 ranked Georgia, 34. 20th ranked Kentucky, 7. Both teams head to the locker room now. It's halftime at Sanford Stadium. And in just a moment, we'll check in with the head coach and DJ Shockley, who's on the field, waiting to get a couple of words from Kirby. Our halftime interview with Coach Kirby Smart is brought to you by Zaxby's.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield and JMI Sports under the broadcast rights granted by the University of Georgia. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the University of Georgia, Learfield, and JMI Sports. Announcers are provided by Learfield and JMI Sports and approved by the University of Georgia.
Getting ready for quarter number 3 as halftime winds down. Impressive stuff. 5th penalty of the night for Georgia, by the way. Beck with time to throw, launches, and overthrows and intercepted by Kentucky at the 25. Cats returning it with Hairston to the 40, to midfield, to the 45, 40, 30, and leaves his feet at the Georgia 30, tripped up by either Beck or Truss. And the Cats have the ball in Georgia territory on a long interception return by Maxwell Hairston. He's a guy that had 2 pick sixes against Vanderbilt a few weeks ago.
Well, Carson just trying to make something happen there on 3rd and forever. He was the one that finally made the tackle off of the interception, but that's a ball that you'd want back.
3rd interception of the season thrown by Carson Beck, and that's his first real error of the ball game. Cats have the ball on the 28 of Georgia.
Turn this around and get the ball back and keep Kentucky out of the end zone.
Dogs are still looking for their first fumble recovery of the season. Play fake by Leary. Sets up and throws. Dumps it off to Davis on a screen. It's complete out on the edge. Davis still on his feet at the 10. Angles to the right. 5 into the end zone. Touchdown in the right pylon.
Boy, couldn't have dialed up a more perfect play against that defensive look. Dogs brought the house there. Screen passed against it. There was no red shirts around Davis once he got into the open field.
26 yards on the throw to Davis. He was weaving left and right outside the far hash mark and ran in on a full sprint just inside the right pylon. And the Cats with their second touchdown of the game to make it 34-13. They quickly take advantage of the Georgia interception and then the long return by Hairston. Looks like they want to go for 2 here. Ball's on the 3 on the near hash. And they'll send 2 men out to the right. And Leary in the shotgun with Davis in the backfield. A 2-point conversion try for Kentucky. They snap it right to Davis. He takes the direct snap and runs it into the line of scrimmage. They're trying to push him across the goal line, but he's stopped at the 1 or the 2 as Georgia jammed it up nicely to prevent the 2-point conversion. Cats get 6. They don't get the 2. It's 34-13 with 10:34 to go in the 3rd quarter. We've got a time in Athens. Our second half tonight brought to you by First Franklin Financial, serving our neighbors since 1941. Georgia 34, Kentucky 13. Timeout on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. Moat will snap it. There's the snap. There's the placement. The kick is away. And the kick is good. Peyton Woodring with another field goal tonight, and with that good kick, the good hands at Allstate will contribute to the Georgia Bulldogs General Scholarship Fund. Thank you, Allstate. He's 3 for 3 tonight. Timeout with 3:27 to go. New score in Athens. Georgia 37, Kentucky 13. Our second half tonight brought to you by First Franklin Financial. Visit 1ffc.com to learn more. Back to Sanford Stadium in Athens, where Georgia leads Kentucky 37-13 on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. Beck with Edwards to his right. Double receivers to each side. Now they send McConkey in motion to the left. Snap it back to Beck. Quick throw to Ra-Ra. Back shoulder. Caught! 22-yard line. He backs out of bounds. He's tackled there at the 21 by Hairston. Terrific throw by Beck and a great adjustment and catch by Ra-Ra.
Boy, was it ever one-on-one on the near side of the field as we're looking at the field. Pretty good coverage there, but that back shoulder throw when it's executed like that, very, very hard to cover.
Gains 20 yards on the throw, and that's a first down for the Dogs at the Kentucky 21. 50 seconds to go, 3rd quarter. Milton's in the backfield with Beck. We bring Smith in motion across the formation right. Play fake. Carson sets up wide open. Brock Bowers caught in the end zone. They belt him there. He tumbles, keeps the ball in his hands for a touchdown, Georgia.
Boy, just a seam route there by Brock Bowers. Good job by Carson Beck with his eyes to pull the safety over a little bit. Knew exactly where he wanted to go and throws a bullet. And the great night continues for 15.
21-yard strike from Beck to Bowers with 39 seconds to go in the third quarter. Now the Dogs will try the extra point. That touchdown brought to you by Engineered Solutions of Georgia, proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs. Here's Woodring for the kick. Beck to hold it. Snap it down. He puts it in the turf, and Peyton kicks it up, and it's good. Dogs rocking and rolling here, routing Kentucky 44-13 with 15 minutes and 39 seconds of the third quarter still to play. The Dogs, after that horrible punt by Kentucky of only 23 yards, cover 42 yards in 4 plays in a minute 19. 21-yard strike from Beck to Bowers. That's your Georgia Metals drive summary. From a doghouse to a dog's house, Georgia Metals has got you covered. And for Bowers, 24th career touchdown reception, and he's all alone now, number 2 in Georgia career history. Breaks that tie with A.J. Green, and now he sets his sights on the record of 30 held by Terrence Edwards, and he's 6 away from that.
Or you take out the one blemish of the interception, this has been a near perfect offensive game for the University of Georgia.
Smith in motion to the right. Vandegrift in the shotgun. Paul in the backfield. Snap it back. Looks towards Paul. Open on the flat at the 7, at the 5. Pulls his way into the end zone at the pylon. Touchdown, Andrew Paul.
And good job there by Vandegrift getting all the way through his progression. Andrew Paul was number 5 in the progression, had 4 receivers out. Vandegrift, plenty of time, goes all the way through and scans the entire field before he finally got to his check down.
And he was open the most. And right into the end zone. Got some contact right on the pylon, but gets the score. That touchdown brought to you by Engineered Solutions of Georgia, proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs. It's 50-13 Dogs, and the point after is on the way here momentarily. Clock is beginning to run, and that's going to be it. They don't have to snap the ball anymore. The clock is moving. The officials put it in play, and the last 10 seconds will run away. The officials are jogging to their locker room, and now the coaches will meet at the middle of the field for a post-game handshake. Georgia dominating this game, which ends right now. Georgia now 6-0. Number 1 Bulldogs win it. Final score 51-13. The Dogs beat Kentucky for the 14th time in the series, and all those streaks continue for Georgia. 23 wins in a row, adding to the school record. Now 39 of the last 40 Georgia has won. They've won 23 straight at home. One more ties the school record. We'll have to wait a little bit before we get a shot at that one. The next home game will be Missouri in November. And we'll give you all the rest of the rundown in our post-game show, so stick around for that. Dogs win it big tonight, rolling over the Wildcats 51-13. Post-game coverage straight ahead from Athens. Neil Hondo Williamson standing by. We'll have Shock in the locker room with the coach, and we'll all return for your listening pleasure right after this on the Bulldogs Sports Network.